If you've ever wondered how people fly on Delta Airlines but booked it through a completely different airline for less, this is probably the reason. Earlier this week, I got this comment on a reel asking me to explain the situation. The question gets to the heart of one of the most important concepts in the points and miles world: airline alliances. Simply put, airline alliances are groups of airlines that have created a partnership. This allows the airlines in that alliance to sell flights in cash or in award fares on their websites that are not their own flights, but are the flights of one of their alliance partners. For instance, the question mentioned Delta Airlines. Delta is part of the SkyTeam Alliance that currently includes all of these different airline partners. That means that you could potentially buy some Delta flights on these airlines' websites. And when you're doing that, you are actually buying a ticket on a Delta flight, Delta plane, but purchased through another airline. Here's where it gets tricky and where a lot of people don't fully explain. Not every flight is available on a partner airline's website. Airlines only release certain flights, certain routes to some of the airlines in their partner alliance. But this is also where the great deals can happen. When airlines allow their flights to be sold through alliance partner sites, they usually allow the alliance partner to set the price. That's why you can sometimes find Delta flights for less miles on an alliance partner's website than through Delta directly. But again, this is not always the case. Sometimes it's the same price or even more through a partnering airline site. There's no magic formula to know which flights will be cheaper. There are some sweet spots out there depending on the airline and the route, but it takes an understanding of how the alliances work, which airline is in which alliance, and doing some digging to find the good deals. There's also another big thing that confuses people all the time. Let's go back to our Delta example. If you find a Delta flight on another airline's website in their alliance, you can't use Delta Sky Miles to book it. You need that airline's points or miles currency. For example, if you find a great Delta flight on Virgin Atlantic's website, you need Virgin Atlantic points, not Delta Sky Miles to book it. And that's exactly why transferable points are so valuable. When you have credit cards that earn transferable points, it opens up your options to which airlines you can book through. Let's take Chase, for example. Chase transfers to all of these airlines. So you could potentially book a Delta flight through Virgin Atlantic's website after transferring Chase points to Virgin Atlantic. This is definitely not a points and miles for beginners strategy, but once you get your head wrapped around it, it can actually be really fun searching for and finding those great deals through alliance partners. I hope this cleared things up a little bit. If you're not already, make sure to follow me for more credit card and travel tips so that you too can travel better for less.